Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live chat. You've got me twice in 2 weeks. So if you didn't catch the last live chat, we are going to be going live every 2 weeks, which is very exciting. And if you weren't here last week, you may notice it's a little bit different. So, it's all back to front. So just here, we have some fancy words. They were off to a good start. We've got some fancy things here across the screen. We have Chantelle Hills from Fiberific and also her Chantelle Hills live streaming channel. And she's in the back end. You can't see her, but she's there somewhere. And she's helping with today's live chat to make it look all fancy and professional. So you can see lots and lots of people in the chat already. So that is fantastic. Hey, Deb, how are you? Leanne? Deb. And as you can see, the comments are all like flicking up here. So Chantelle can choose comments from the main chat. And just to say that the members will be prioritized. So people with little yarn balls just here, these are members of the channel. So they will get prioritized being on the screen because that is one of their benefits of their membership words. Oh God, here we go. Hey Di, how are you? Yes, you got frost this morning. We did too. It was very cold. Leanne's grabbing a quick coffee. Hey Lisa, welcome to the chat. Great to see you here as well. Chris Armstrong, how are you? Michigan in the house. Hey, Cara. Cara, are you the Cara from Facebook? It's hard to keep up with everybody's different handles everywhere else. Hey, Bob Karen, how are you? Good to see you here. Kathy, welcome. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Tracy Brogan. I'm looking at your profile picture because as you can see, it comes up on the screen. It's very cool. Yes, Leanne, it is too early for words, even though it's 10 a.m. here. I went to bed late and I can see my face going really white. Let me just adjust the blind a bit. That's better. I'm not so in your face. It is too early for words. It is 10 a.m. here, and I went out last night. Every second Tuesday, my husband and I go to the local pub, and they have a darts night on, so that normally goes to about 10 o'clock at night. And I need my sleep. Are you a person that needs your sleep, or can you survive on like 5 hours sleep a night? Because I need like 8 to 10 hours, otherwise I'm a grumpy when I wake up. Cara loves the blanket on my chair. Yeah, this is the... Oh, I'll just pull it off. Stuck. This is my Scraptastic granny. And I just used up... What's going on? Used up leftovers hand-dyed yarn. Some of it I've dyed myself. Some I've had from leftover projects. And it just looks so pretty. And lots of the yarns are variegated. And I'm not really a fan of variegated yarn. But it just looks so good. I love how the colours have turned up. Yeah, so it's lovely and warm and it's really heavy. And it stays on the back of my chair. And then I put it on my lap if I get cold. So it is winter here in Australia. What season is it where you are? It is quite chilly where I am. And I'm sure if you live in Canada or somewhere cold in America, you're going to say that's not cold. But it's we've got about a top of 7 degrees Celsius. Kathy's asking, did I settle my mouse issue? I think so. I've caught one mouse and then I found just a random little mouse. He just passed away by himself, I'm assuming, because it was just on the floor. Just dead. So there must have been at least 2. And as you know, with mice, if there's one, there's always more. We are having a bit of a mouse problem where I am at the moment because it's been so wet. We've had so much rain. I mean, 2 years ago when we moved here, we were in total drought. There was hardly any grass growing, like nothing was growing and hardly any grass. And now it's so wet. The grass, this is no word of a lie, is up to my armpits and I'm 5'7". It is just ridiculous. So we've got loads of places where mice can hide, but also it's raining, so they're all coming inside, little monkeys. Kara saying, I love summer. It's a favourite season. It's summertime for you. Yeah, I love summer too. I like spring as well. I do like that. Yeah, so if you have a question for me, use a Q at the start so it's easier to see. Question, is that a photo of you and hubby behind you? It's not a photo, but yes, in a way. I'll show you what it is. Hang on, I need to cover something up. I'll see if I can show you without showing you. So this is a cross stitch. I don't know if I can get close enough without knocking things over. It is a cross stitch that a friend of mine made for my wedding day. And that's not me and hubby, but obviously it's a wedding picture. And then where my hand is, it has our names and dates and stuff when we got married. Yeah, so it's a cross stitch. When she gave it to me, I thought it was a painting and I was so excited. I was so excited when I got it because I thought it was a painting and it's beautiful. And then my friend said, you don't realize what it is, do you? And I was like, yeah, it's a painting and it's got our marriage date and everything. And she's like, no, it's cross stitch. And then I just started crying because I couldn't get over the amount of work that is in that. It is huge. It's a really big, as you could see when I showed you, it's very big. And now the lady that made it, my lovely friend Wynne, she's no longer with us, so it's even more important. Question, what is your favourite season from Rosie? I would say summer and spring. And then, I don't know, autumn's lovely too because all the leaves change. But I don't like winter. I am not made for the cold. What is the blanket on your chair? So if you've only just joined us, we just talked about it before. This is the Scraptastic Granny, and it is a video tutorial and written pattern on my website. Just search Scraptastic Granny. It's so pretty. I love it. I made this when I was in New Zealand, and I made most of it when I was on a road trip with my dad. So it has lots of good memories with it, and it's also from leftover projects. So for me, it's like one of those. Is it a memory blanket? A lot of knitters make them, and they use up all the little leftovers that they've got, and they make little squares and join them all together. I can't remember if that's called a memory blanket or not. Have you ever do other crafts like knitting, cross stitch, and loom knitting? Yes, I do knit. Thank you, Cara. Great question. I do knit, yes. Cross stitch, no. I mean, I think I've tried it once and it just wasn't for me. Too small. I can't see it. Too small. And loom knitting, I did try many years ago, made a couple of hats and maybe a scarf or something like that. But crochet and knitting is my thing. And I also do sewing. You can see the overlocker just there. And you can't see it, but just on this side, there's my sewing machine as well. So I do some sewing. I have a little side business at the moment where I make scrunchies and what would you call them? Cows. So like a loop scarf. So I make the double loop scarves because I started making them because I was cold. And then, the story of people were like, oh, where'd you get your scarf from? Oh, I made it. Oh, can you make me one? Yes, so I do markets on the weekend sometimes, and yeah, I sell my stuff. But I don't sell any crochet, would you believe? There is another part to my life that's not crochet. Yep, my eyesight, Trish. I can't cope with those little tiny stitches. So what is everybody working on at the moment? What are you crocheting or knitting? Any craft, doesn't matter. Are you working on any projects at the moment? And what is in your cup? Today I have the world's biggest drink bottle. It's 2 liters, which it actually tells you 64 ounces. Because I don't understand ounces, because that's not what we work in over here. We work in milliliters or liters. So it's 2 liters or 2,000 milliliters, which is a lot. Hydrate. Everybody take a sip. Chantelle saying, what? You have more than crochet in your life? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you have a pattern for a child's hats? Yes, I have lots of patterns for hats, and all of my hats, I think all of my hats, are made to be different sizes. So you can use it to make anywhere from a preemie all the way up to as big as you need it. So I do have a video for, it's called, you're testing me now, Robin. I think it's called the Almost Invisible Seam Hat. That shows you how to size hats so you can get the size that you need. Kara's working on a Tunisian shawl. Stitch Itch is making knitting a hat. And ginger ale to drink. Lovely. Oh, thank you. Chantelle has put in my link for my hats on my website. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And if you, I think you need to right click on that and that will take you to my website. Oh, what is your favorite thing to crochet? Ah, thank you, Cara. Now, I get asked this regularly. I don't really have a favorite thing to crochet, which is weird. Hats are good because they work up quite quick. But I do make a lot of shawls. I think because I'm always get cold in winter. But would you believe I couldn't find any of them? They must be packed away because my wardrobe isn't very big. So I have to pack away because, as you can see, this one's full of craft stuff. But I have to pack away the season. So if it's summer, I pack away my winter stuff and then vice versa. So at the moment, my winter stuff was packed away and it's gradually coming out. I cannot find any of my crocheted shawls. I don't know where they are. Mary says, thank you for all of your lovely patterns and tutorials. You are a blessing. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that beautiful comment. How long, Mary, have you been watching my video tutorials or patterns? And anybody else, they can answer that question too. I'd love to know. Question, did you stop making or dyeing yarn? I used to purchase from you years ago. Oh, yes, that was a while ago. That was when I lived in New Zealand, which I no longer do. I'm in Australia. And I think that was probably 4 or 5 years ago now. I did stop, yeah, because I moved for a start, moved countries. I don't know why I didn't get back into it. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. Now I live on a farm now, so I've got farm duties. Where before I didn't. Mary's been watching for 3 or 4 years now. Thank you. That's awesome. So you would have seen a lot happen over the last 3 to 4 years. I just realised my comments are not scrolling. Oh, there they go. So I've got a list of stuff I can talk about here. So I've asked what's on your hook. What's on my hook? Let's have a look. I do have my Milo Minute pattern. And as you can see, that purple bit, it looks blue on the screen, but it's actually purple. I'm just working my way around the outside of this orange piece. So it starts off with your strip. And I do have a video tutorial for this already, but it's very old. It's about 10 years old, so I want to refresh it. So I'm just working up a blanket, and then this will be probably donated somewhere. And then, so after you've done your strips, you work around the strips. And then after this row, your third row is your joining row. So I'll be working on that next, but I still have, I would say about 6 of these to crochet around. So that will be my project for today. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I loved it. I've been watching for about 8 years because my granddaughter is 8 and I make one of your baby blankets, the slanted shell. Oh, wow, that is an old video. I want to refresh that video too, because I've actually got, so if you've made that, but you end up with the zigs, like the jagged edge. So I've got a thing to make it straight. So I want to work on that. Mary says, one of the first patterns that I made of yours was a sweater and it was a perfect fit. Awesome, Mary. That's so awesome. Yeah, I've got sweaters and cardigans, and people do say that they're very easy, and yeah, they couldn't believe that they'd made a garment. Megan says, hi, Claire. I've been watching for about 5 years now. Thank you. We've got some people who've been around for a while. Your videos were my first crochet tutorials that I watched when I first started crocheting. Just wanted to let you know that you're an awesome crochet teacher and I enjoy watching your live videos. Thank you so much. You have no idea. I don't know why I'm laughing because it's not funny. You have no idea how much comments like these are good for my mental health. So for me to get back into crochet, it's been a long, long road. Not sure. Is it? I'm going to say Maru, but I've probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. Not sure how long I've been watching, but it seems so many years. I don't know if you remember me, but we have made small yarn talk in the past. I do recognize your username. Yep, definitely. Wow, Kelly C's been watching for 7 years. Oh gosh, you've been through all of the troubles that I've been through too. Yes, I agree. You taught me to crochet. Great teacher. Thank you. Oh, wow, since 2013. Yeah, that is a while ago. Yeah, that's crazy. I think I joined YouTube in 2009. I think. Or was that when I started? I don't know. It's 13 years, whenever that was. I'm not good at maths. Yay, I said it right. Woohoo! I'm terrible at reading, if you haven't already guessed. Oh, thank you. Gosh, you guys, you're going to make me start blushing or crying, and that would just be a really terrible live chat. So for today, I want you to enter your favorite emoji if you can. You can get as silly as you want. I don't really mind because all the emojis are hilarious. Well, most of them are. Yeah, let me know your favorite emoji. Chuck it in the comments section. I'd love to see what you come up with. I already know what Leanne is going to post. She is going to post a shark emoji. Barb says, hey, Claire, I've been watching this year. Haven't been crocheting for more than a year last March. Thank you, Barb. Welcome. Are you enjoying crochet so far? Holly's saying the first cardigan I made was your cozy cardi and made it for my mum and loves it. I've been watching your channel for years. Yes, you have. I recognize your name when it comes up in my comment section. Leanne's already posted her shark. If you don't know, I'll quickly describe the shark emoji between Leanne and I. I think it started on someone's live chat. It was probably Chantelle's live chat. And I don't know, were we talking about the baby shark thing that used to get stuck in our head? And now we try to get the baby shark song stuck in each other's head by sharing shark things. I saw a hat the other day in a charity shop, and it was a baby shark hat. As soon as I saw it, I had to take a photo and send it to Leanne. And she does the same to me. So Debbie's saying, I'm new to watching you, have followed more closely since meeting you in person at the conference. Thank you, Deb. I really appreciate that. The conference was so much fun. Can you believe that was a year ago? Oh, I can't believe it was a year ago. That's crazy. It is cold in here. I've got my door shut just in case someone walks past the door, but I really need the heater, which is coming through from the other room. Oh, look at all the lovely emojis coming through. That's amazing. There's so many. What time is it here? Thank you, Trish. It is 20 past 10 in the morning. What time is it where everyone is now? I was saying, yes, learned 35 years ago. I'm 72, just retired and picked it up again. That's fantastic. Congratulations, Barb, on retiring. And you'll never have any spare time ever again, because everyone I speak to that's retired, hang on, I'm having yarn issues, say that they've never been so busy. Let me just move this because that's going to crinkle like no one's business. It will get very annoying. $8:22 in Virginia. What's that? It's quite late there. Yeah, 8:22 in lots of places. So you all must be in the same time zone. Unfortunately, if you're in the UK, unless you're staying up really late, it's I think it's about 1:30 a.m. So it doesn't really work for the UK this time for the chat, but unfortunately it's just what works for me. And you can always catch this on the replay. For instance, if you had missed it, even if you are in the same time zone and you missed it, you can just watch the replay and you can still see all the live chat, which if you haven't got your chat set to live chat, the other one, live chat, what's the other version? Sorry, I'm making the camera shake. We discussed this yesterday that I can't touch the table because it makes it shake. You got live chat and something else. I can't remember the other option. Top chat. Thank you, Leanne. Yes, if you've got top chat selected, YouTube will show you what it thinks you want to see. But if you select live chat, it actually shows you every single comment that people are posting. So you won't miss out on anything. So you may have noticed that some people, so Krista B, hey, welcome. You must be a new member because I haven't checked my list for a while, but I don't recognize your name as a member. So welcome. Thank you. So yeah, you'll notice people like Krista B and Leanne's Craft Room and Chantelle Hill's Fiberific. I know there was a couple of other people. Deb was there. Trish as well. They've got little, I'm going to call them yarn balls, but I think that's actually what YouTube just uploads as the little icon. And this means they're a member of the channel. So they support the channel and they get little perks. So one of the perks is that when you're in a live chat, you get your comment highlighted on the channel. Yeah, so I've just read Chantelle's comment. If you want to be a member, if you click on the join button, which should be below the video, if you're watching on a phone, you will need to turn your phone and it'll say join. And that will give you all the information that you need to find out about what memberships are. But it's a good way to support the channel. It does help me keep these videos coming out. It helps me keep the power switched on at my house. If I haven't said, I'm not sure if I said it in the last, oh no, I wouldn't have said in the last chat because I didn't have it. I am coming to you from a new computer. Oh my goodness. New computer. It's amazing. It's a laptop. Don't ask me what it is because I have no idea, but it's an amazing laptop that is not overheating. It's not slow as a wet weekend. I also have a second screen over here, which currently has nothing on it because you guys are up there. So I have that, and yeah, I've got all the things I need to make video tutorials. Because my old computer, as you can see, there, that black is my screen. Yes, that's what I've got. That black screen there is my old computer, and it is gone to computer heaven because, yeah, the poor thing. I mean, we'd worked out it was 7 years old, and only just sort of packed it up in the last sort of 6 months of using it. The screen was going, so like it had fog on it. It was really funny. Well, it wasn't funny, it is now, but at the time it wasn't. It went all foggy, and it's the last time I used it and turned it on, it flickered like, I don't know, it was crazy. I could hardly look at the screen. It was so bad. Krista's saying, I've watched for years and love your tutorials. I recommend your channel all the time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Kelly C, your scrappy granny stripe blanket is my go-to favorite pattern for blankets. Awesome. Thank you. It works up so quick. And if anyone else likes the granny stitch, like that 3 double crochets into the one space like a granny square, it's amazing. Leanne saying, Claire, Shelley Sealing sends her apologies. She's listening, though having ear problems, so lurking today. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Sally. But thanks for lurking. We like people lurking. So let me know in the comments how many people are watching, because I can't actually see at this end. I'm pretty sure Chantelle can, but I cannot see at this end. I'm looking at a completely different screen than what you're seeing on YouTube. So let me know how many people have hopped on the chat and are watching right now, and also how many people have given a thumbs up. Have you hit that thumbs up button? Because it really helps the algorithm here at YouTube, which, if you know, that's just a big fancy word for helping me get my videos out there. And if you interact with my videos, so liking, sharing, commenting, all that jazz, watching, of course, YouTube's algorithm will recommend your stuff to me, so you won't miss out on anything. Even though you're subscribed doesn't mean that your subscription feed on YouTube is going to pop up with my stuff. So if you want to see my stuff come up in your feed and not miss anything, then just interact with the video. Even if you just say hello, just write hello. That's if you're shy or anything, you can type in whatever you like. And also too, you can turn on the notification bell, and that will let you know when I go live and also have a video tutorial coming out. Sally saying, thanks. Having an operation on Friday to help fix the issue. Oh, I'm wishing you all the good luck. But feel free to lurk whenever you like. Pauline's Crochet Corner saying hello. Nice to see you live. Excellent. Yes, if you're watching the replay, then let me know in the comments section. Krista says we've got 52 watching. What? That's a record, I think. That's a lot. 59 people and 29 likes. Oh, who hasn't hit that like button? God, if I had 52 people standing in front of me in a room, wow. You would seem nervous, Claire. Megan says, how did you end up doing all things crochet for a living? That's a very good question. So I've been teaching for 13 years here on YouTube, and I set up the local crochet group in where I used to live. It's still going, but I obviously don't go anymore because I don't live there. But there was a little old lady who's no longer with us. But Maggie, if you're up there, yeah. She was the most awesome lady. She had the most awesome personality and everything was funny. So, yeah, she's a real fun lady to be around. But she was in her 80s and she was so, so sweet. And she taught me how to join granny squares. This is going back 13 years ago. She taught me how to join granny squares because I hadn't really done much in crochet then. Like, even though I've crocheted for 20 years, I kind of just did blankets, like just, make a really long chain. Sorry, elbow on the table. Make a really long chain, crochet back and forwards. Yeah, or make scarves. That was pretty much it. Yeah, so she taught me how to join granny squares. And when I looked on YouTube, I couldn't find anybody that crocheted the granny squares together that way. And I thought, how hard can it be to make a video tutorial and upload it to YouTube? It wasn't really that hard, actually, because I had no experience. So I didn't know what I had to do. I was just like, I'm going to film myself and chuck it on YouTube. Anyway, so then people were commenting on the video and saying, oh, how do you make a hat? And so I would type back, you just do this, this, and that. And they'd say, oh, I don't understand. You need to show me like a video. So I would make a hat video and so on. So people would request another thing and make another video. And I wasn't working at the time. And I would upload probably once every couple of months. Like, oh my goodness, my first video. What is it? Is it the granny square one? Because there might have been something before that. Oh, we got 50 likes. Thanks, Dido. So it was, oh gosh. I'm just laughing because I know how bad that video is. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got into crochet. And at first, like, I didn't get paid for it. It was just some fun. And then back then, YouTube approached me and said, hey, do you want to make some money out of this? What? I can make money doing crochet? Really? So yeah, I monetized my channel and here we are 13 years later and I've got something like 410,000 subscribers. What? What? How is that even possible? That is crazy. Got to keep your first video. It shows us how much we have grown. Oh, it sure does. I'm sure I would critique that video really badly if I ever watched it again. I should go and watch it after this just so I can have a good laugh. Hey, Dana, how are you? Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Great to have you here. I've got to lean forward because I could probably make my screen bigger. Hang on, guys. Just bear with me while I stare at the screen and it looks really strange. I made the screen, but zoomed it in. Now I can read your comments. Because my laptop is probably about, that's arm's length, and I've still got another half of that to go. So I can't quite see the comment. Kelly C is saying, I had an elderly Polish neighbor who I used to visit with her, and she taught me how to knit. She gave me some of her knitting needles and told the best stories. Oh, she passed away in the 90s. Yeah, it's so nice to just sit with the older generation. They do have the best stories. I'm sometimes like a little kid just sitting there, just listening on every word. Yeah, Chantelle's just put up there in the questions, who taught you to crochet? My auntie, who is now, she's in her 90s. Wow. She'd be like 92. goodness me. She taught me to knit. I think I was about 6, and she cast on for me. And then, like, I think I must have just learnt the knit stitch. I'm not really sure. I remember it was red, and she cast on for me, and I knitted the world's longest scarf, as you do. But they lived about 3 hours away from us, so I didn't know how to cast off, so I just kept knitting. Anyway, so then I visited my grandmother, who I didn't know knew how to knit, and I took my knitting with me to my grandmother's, to my nan's, and she's like, "What are you making?" And I said, "A scarf." She goes, "It's so long." I said, "Well, I don't know how to finish it, so I've just kept knitting." And my nan said, "Well, I know how to do that," which I never knew that she even knew how to knit. And so she cast it off for me, and then started me off on another one. So yeah. I just noticed that I taught Leanne to crochet. That's amazing. I did not know that. You've probably told me before, but I've probably forgotten. Hey, Natalie, welcome. I taught Megan, Pauline. Barb had an older friend, and we've got a question. Did you ever get another dog? I know it's been a while since you lost Bob. It has been a while. It has been... Oh, elbow on the table. It has been... So I've been married 10 years in December. And so February just gone, it was 9 years. Can you... So if you know who Bob is, it's been 9 years since he passed away. It was my dog. The most amazing dog ever. Knit you, hello, welcome. Oh, I just missed one. Go back, Chantelle, to the other question. Yeah, thank you. Joanne says, "Hi, Claire, just joined here from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Welcome. What's your weather like there? Is it lovely? Because it's cold here." Kathy is saying, "What are you working on, Claire?" I am working on a Milo Minute blanket. Sorry, I'm slipping off my chair. Milo Minute blanket, which starts off with strips, and you start at the... Where's the bottom? You start at the bottom, and then you work your way up. So each row goes super quick because it's only 3, 6, 9. Hang on. 3, 6. I cannot count. It's 8. I don't know how I got 9. It's 8 stitches. So it's a chain 3, 3 double crochet, a chain 1, 3 double crochet, and a double crochet. So it's like zoom, 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 zoom. And they work up really quick. And that's why it's called Mile a Minute, because it works up fast. So you do that bit. And then you crochet around the outside. So I'm doing that now. And then when they finish, they look like this. And then on your next row, round, you crochet them together. So I've got to work on all my strips. I think I've got about 6 left. Chris Armstrong says, "My mother taught me to knit, and my ex-husband's grandmother taught me to crochet." That's awesome. Knit you saying, "Where is your silver play button?" It is right there on the wall. And if I tried to get to it, I'd probably fall over. But it is on the wall. Thank you. I will get that off the wall when I can get to it. There's a box of stuff that you can't see in front of a table. So yeah, I would like make a lot of noise and probably fall over. But I will get it and I'll stick it just there. Looks like the... Where are we? Just there looks like the perfect spot to put it on the table. Mari's saying, "Most of my most of everyone in my family tried to teach me and couldn't get the hang of it for the longest time. Then I watched a crochet video on YouTube and it made it easy. Yeah, I was taught to knit by my auntie a long time ago, but then when I picked it up again, I couldn't remember how to cast on. I had no idea. And because I went to a crochet group, lots of the ladies knitted. So I took my knitting needles and yarn to the crochet group and just asked one of the ladies, my elbows on the table again. Every time the camera shakes, you've got to put in the comments, your elbows on the table. Because it's just natural to lean. What was I saying? Yeah, so I asked the lady to teach me how to knit. I could not get it. She was so fast. And I'm like, oh, no, you need to slow down. I can't quite see what you're doing because, when you don't know how to do something, if anything's in normal speed, it looks way too fast. Like, no, slow down. Yeah, so that was a really bad learning experience. And I actually put the needles down for ages. And then it was when my mum was sick, I thought, I'm going to learn how to knit because I had all this spare time spending time with her. And I thought, I'm going to learn how to knit. And that's when it started. So about 7-ish years I've learnt to crochet. 7.5 years I've learnt to crochet. I've knitted for. Leanne's saying, question for everyone: do you join in craft group meetings up? Yeah. Do you go to a craft meetup? If so, what do you get from it? I love going to the little craft group that's in my town, and there's all sorts of crafts. So I crochet and I also make knitted headbands. So I do that. Another lady, she's done lots of stuff. She's done paint by numbers. She's sewing bibs at the moment. Hi, Donna, if you're watching. Sewing bibs and another thing with fabric. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a solid piece on the background. And you cut out little pieces and you stitch them onto the fabric and it creates a picture. She made a rooster and it's so, so pretty. Just by little different pieces of fabric. I have no idea what that's called. As you can tell, I'm not a sewer. Applique, thank you. That's what Donna is doing. Another lady, she has really bad arthritis in her hands, so can't do too much crafting. She just comes for coffee and a chat. And there's another lady, she's a writer, and so she works on a book sometimes, but also just comes for a coffee and a chat. So it's really good. It's we live out in the countryside, elbow on the table. We live out in the countryside, and it's quite isolating because lots of us are on really big farms. So you can get quite isolated out here. So we all meet up once a week. Dido says, I started one after Claire did a video talking about how she started hers. Awesome. Knit you, are you going to Bendigo this year, Claire? I'm pondering next year. No, I'm not going this year. I don't have any plans to go down. Chantelle doesn't know. I don't know if I've ever said this to you, but I was only ever going to Bendigo so I could meet you. The secret's out. And now you don't go to Bendigo, so there's nothing left for me. And there's plenty left, like obviously Bendigo. But yeah, no, I don't have any reason to go down. Yeah. I obviously haven't never told you that. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Bendigo and I want to meet Chantelle. Yeah. Oh, you went in 2013. So much fun. It does. It looks amazing. So anyone that doesn't know what Bendigo is, I'm sure Chantelle can say this way better than I can, but it's a sheep and wool show. So there's, real live sheep and running around doing their thing. And they do all the herding and things like that. But there's also market stalls that sell everything sheepy. So you can buy fleeces, you can buy yarn that's already made, hand-dyed, knitting needles. So it's like basically a huge yarn festival with the celebration of the sheep as well. I just need to clear my throat and have a drink. Everybody, take a sip. Yep, hashtag hydrate. Dido says she's coming up to 3 years now. We have around 8 to 10 people. Yeah, Dido has a crochet, it's a craft group, I think, not just crochet. And everyone looks forward to, yeah, it's great. I really look forward to mine. It's once a week. And I'm like, yes, I get to get out of the house. Because working from home is isolating. Like there's no work colleagues. So getting out that once a week is really good. JB saying, does your sloth friend next to you have a name? It's so cute. It doesn't have a name, no. But he's really squishy. He's so cute. I bought this about, I'm going to say 6 months ago. I don't have any kids. And I saw it. I'm like, I need that because he makes me happy. Look at that cute little smile. And he sits on my computer desk. He doesn't normally sit there, but I was like, that's cute. You can go in the thing. What should we call him? Let's come up with a name. Mary's saying, I don't get out much, mostly stay at home, but I am in a crochet server on Discord, so there's that. Do you know, Chantelle talks about Discord. I have no idea what that is. Can anyone explain it? I could totally Google it. But yeah, if you know what it is, tell me. I know I missed a comment. Knit You. I'm just going to scroll up. I did see it. So Bendigo is the biggest yarn and sheep event in Australia. Yeah, really should go. It was something about, it's gone now. It was something about Rhinebeck, which is also a big sheep and wool show. Yes, thank you. You found it. Yeah, I would love to go to Rhinebeck. It would be so cool. I mean, just the fact that you're traveling to a different country and meeting, new people, different accents, different food, everything, different side of the road that you drive on, which is just mind-boggling. I don't know how you do that. Vicky's saying name him Chief. I think I will have to. Hi, Anne. How are you? Yeah, Nick, you saying you have to put your accommodation a year out for Rhinebeck. I imagine that's so true. And I think Bendigo is probably a bit like that too, because everyone just rebooks for the next year. Yes, we'll have a poll in the Facebook group to help with naming the sloth. Let's write that down so I know. But I love the name Chief. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I have a question for everybody. I will get to Chris's comment in a second. I've just seen it come up on the screen. My question for today is, what is your biggest tip for newbies? I have had this question in my community page here on YouTube. If you don't know what the community page is, if you go to my channel, I'm sure Chantelle is going to throw a link in there. But if you haven't heard of the community section on YouTube, it's my community tab. So on my YouTube channel, there is a couple of tabs like videos, the home tab, community, membership, etc., etc. So the community tab is kind of like Facebook, I can post stuff in there and it'll come up in your home feed of your YouTube. You can't post comment that you can reply to something I've said, but you can't put your own thing on there as a separate thing like you can on Facebook, which is a shame. And you can't post photos, like you can't reply with a photo, which sometimes is a good thing. But it would be good if that was a thing, a feature. But I can post questions in there. So I did post the question, what is your biggest tip for newbies? But if it didn't come up in your home feed, then that's why I'm saying it here. Chris says, I live rural too. And yes, it is isolating. So although we don't have a craft group, we have a ladies' lunch, and that covers everything once a month. That's fantastic. I am so glad to hear that, because living rural, you're not, like, I'm on 100 acres. My nearest neighbour is about 500 metres away. I can't even see their house. Actually, no, it's more than 500 metres. I can't see their house. And the next nearest neighbour is so far away that their little house is like a little tiny speck in the distance. So living rural is really, really good. Great advice, Leanne. Count, and count. Stitch markers are your friends. Always use a marker on your first and last stitch. Another one. Good one, Kate. I'm going to put my heater on because I'm getting really cold. If it's noisy, let me know. But I'm sorry, but I'm cold. I'm starting to get goosebumps. Holly's saying, be patient with yourself. So true. Kara's advice for newbies. My advice, keep crocheting, never give up. If you really love to crochet, just keep doing it. Never give up. Yeah, so true. Megan saying, that may be Megan. That's how an American would pronounce, I'm pretty sure, but Australians say Megan. Patience, count your stitches, and trust your judgment. Yes, fantastic. Knit you, there are no crochet knitting craft police. No, they're not. And if someone tells you, oh, you're doing that wrong, you're holding your hook the wrong way, yeah, ask me how I know. You're holding your hook the wrong way. How are you going to crochet like that? Yep, had that lady at a market. I was crocheting, had a market stall long time ago. Crocheting the way I hold my crochet hook. So I hold my crochet hook like this. She screamed across the room, you're holding your crochet hook wrong. How are you going to crochet like that? And she walked over to the table, still going on and on about something or other. I got tuned out by then. And I said, she must have got me on a bad day, because I turned around and said to her, what? She's like, you're holding your hook wrong. She was an older lady, obviously with more experience than me. And I said, well, does it look the same as yours? And she's like, yes. I said, well, so what's your problem? And then she just started going on about, you're holding your hook wrong. And I said, well, this is how I hold it. Too bad sort of thing. So sad, go away. And she walked off. She didn't come back. It's like, you rude old lady. It's just not on. Why would you yell at someone? Like, she could have turned me off crocheting forever, and we would not be sitting here having this conversation. It was very early in my crochet journey. Joanne's saying, start with the worsted yarn and learn the basic stitches first before attempting a project. And when you do try a project, it's okay to frog. Oh, yeah, it is totally okay to frog. Gauge, Vicky Lee. I never check my gauge. True story. But I'm saying buy the best supplies you can afford and keep trying, and no question is silly. Absolutely. Except if you ask on a video tutorial, can this hat be made in blue? That is a true story. And I just wrote back, yes, this hat can be made in blue. Dye, it is so rude. Like, I'm a shy person. Believe it or not, I am a shy person. It helps if the other person is very chatty as well, so I can chat. But I'm a shy person. If you're shy and we got together, we would probably sit there in silence until someone got really awkward and said something. So true. Chantelle saying, I had someone hit my hand with a hook and telling me I was holding the hook wrong. What? Really? What is wrong with people? You're supposed to encourage someone. Suggest, if you tried holding your hook this way. And they may say, yes, I have, and it didn't work for me. Or no, I haven't. Oh, wow, this is heaps easy to do. Just never be rude to someone. Bob's saying, my closest neighbour is 40 kilometres away. You live on 110,000 acres. My mind cannot get my head around that. Where do you live? Like, not the exact address, like, rough idea. Australia, US, where? JB saying, if you struggle to get your hook in the stitches, loosen your grip. Very well done, yes. That was my personal struggle when I first started. I crocheted way too tight. Yeah, yep. And when you're crocheting at first, even with knitting too, like this was my problem when I first started knitting, you're hanging on so tight to that crochet hook and yarn because you think you're going to, drop it and the world's going to end, that it's really hard to get your stitches to work because they're so tight that you can't get your crochet hook into the stitch, or when you're like pulling your loops through, it's so hard to do because your stitches are so tight. And that just comes with practice, like it really does. Weave your ends in as you go. Mm-hmm. Yep. Me, I personally don't, because I'm that person. Adon's World, I think that's how it's pronounced. Hey everyone, I'm assuming you caught the mouse family in your craft, in your yarn. Yes, I did. I was saying before that one of them I caught, and the other one I just found he was sleeping. What we say to kids, he was just sleeping. I don't even know how he passed away. It was just laying on the floor. Northwest Queensland, Australia. Do you own like the whole of the Northwest Queensland with a property that big? That's amazing. I don't think I've ever spoken to anyone with a property that big. That's crazy. Like here around us is sheep country and also cattle, but mostly sheep. And there's like 5,000, 10,000 acre farms, but nothing like that. That's amazing. Do you farm? So I'm assuming you do something with the land. Do you farm animals? Hydrate. I'm not used to talking this much. Leanne's saying, also the height of my stitches are shorter. That was an eye-opening lesson to learn about. There's a thing, I cannot remember. It's like a lifter. There's two different ways that people crochet. Let me just finish off that bit, otherwise I'll get confused. So when people crochet, I don't even know what I do. I've never really looked, but they lift their stitches up as they crochet. So I don't. I keep quite close to the project. I don't know if you can even see that because this is really bad footage. But yeah, some people lift their stitches as they crochet, and then there's another one. I can't think what the other one is. Oh, no, we are caretakers on a cattle station. Yeah. I imagine there's a lot of cattle there. Like a lot. We need this at night. Then it becomes a drinking game. Hey, I'm not judging if you want to have it as a game at 11 o'clock in the morning, then go for it. We've been chatting for an hour already. How is that even possible? Wow, it's almost time to go. Mary Scott says, my mum said I could never learn because I held my hook like a knife. 30 years later, I found on YouTube and I learned making your hats and learned to read because you read them in the video. Wow. And Mary, did that make you feel like you couldn't learn to crochet? Like someone had put that idea in your head and you're like, well, I can't crochet. Yes, I am leaning on the table. I'm sitting on my hands, so I don't. Vicky Lee says, I've never asked before, but do you like to make any animals? I'm thinking about crochet. No, I don't. I don't like making toys because they make my hands hurt a lot. Leanne's saying, yes, there's a little tutorial explaining the 3 styles of crochet with samples of the differences. It's awesome and helped me lots. And do you know the link to that tutorial? There's only like probably 10 billion videos on YouTube. Purple Crochet and More says that she crochets close to the project as well. Bob's saying some of the stations up here are 480,000 acres. We are relatively small. Wow. We're on 100 acres, and that's small for around here. Because they're all like, a couple of thousand acres. Or a couple of 100 acres at least. Because when we say we have 100 acres, they're like, oh, yeah. Where if I said that to my friends where I used to live, they're like, wow, that's huge. And saying, I'm from San Francisco, but my senior rescue dog, Dorothy, was part Aussie healer cattle dog. That's cool. I saw a comment from Chantelle, and she said that I said hydrate and the dog walked off and had a drink. That's funny. That's not random because we do have cattle. We just call them cattle dogs here. Well, I do. I haven't heard the phrase Australian healer, Aussie healer though, Australian healer, but I think most people call them cattle dogs. That's all right, Chantelle. It is all about perspective. You've got 1/4 acre, which, to some people is big. Megan's saying, do we farm our property? Yes, we do. We have, oh my gosh, I'm crocheting my hair into my crochet. Struggle is real. We have cattle. Lisa's saying, wanted to say thank you for several years now. You're amazing. Thank you so much. I need to hydrate again. Anybody else? Anybody else need to have a drink? Thank you so much, Lisa. That's beautiful. Louis, you need to go have a drink. Yeah, who has crocheted their hair into their project? Even if you've got short hair, does that happen? Because I'm constantly pulling hair out of projects. It's really gross. And it's not even like it's not this hair. It's the hair that's fallen out, I'm assuming. Because it doesn't hurt. Like, I don't feel it. Is my heater too noisy? No one really commented, so I'm assuming that it's not. Vicky Lee's making a huge granny square blanket as a wedding gift. They are about to move to their first house. That's amazing. They're going to love it so much. And saying, Claire, can you talk about what colors you are choosing right now for your projects and why? The colours I'm choosing, let's see if I can grab what I have. I think that's all the colours. Now, on my screen, these look quite muted, but imagine wearing your sunglasses because they're so bright. So this is bright yellow, like this, like bright yellow. This is fluoro pink, this is a fluoro green, and that's a very bright blue. So if you know Red Heart Super Saver, this is turquoise. I think that's shocking pink. No, pretty in pink. I don't even know if they still have these colours. That's bright yellow, and that is glowworm, I think. So they're all super bright. Not sure about the purple. And the orange is, don't know. I cannot see my labels. So the reason I've chose these colours is because that is what I grabbed out of my stash. I am trying to stash bust because I have so much yarn. Red Heart, which is now part of the Yarnspirations group, they send me yarn to make crochet tutorials. My elbow is on the table again. They send me yarn to make crochet tutorials. So over the years, they've sent me so much yarn, and I've been sent more yarn that I can crochet with. So I really need to bust some stash. So I just grabbed really bright colours, and yeah, that's pretty much how that came together, and that's why I'm using those colours. Leanne's saying, I think I found the link if you want me to share it. Yes, please, do share. And we can all see what, if we are lifters, I don't know, can't remember the other two. It was like lifters and something. How strong does your hair get in your project? Trying to pull it out be quite the task. It's so true. It's like you're not that strong when you're on my head. Why are you being so defiant coming out of my project? Leanne has long hair too, so she gets the struggle. Yes, people are getting all their hair stuck in their projects. Do you like Red Heart Super Saver? I have a love-hate relationship. I love the variety of colours. There are so many colours in Red Heart Super Saver, and they've always got new ones coming out. It can be a little bit scratchy to work with. These ones don't feel too bad. Some of them are a bit scratchier than others. I find the red ones not the best to work with. But after you've washed them, I mean, it's acrylic. It's never going to be a merino cashmere. But after you've washed it, it's pretty good. So I don't like it to work with that. It's got quite a scratchy feel, especially if you've been working with a natural yarn. So you've been working with a wool or a merino that's really soft, and then you pick up this project. Yeah, it can be quite scratchy, but after it's washed, it's pretty good. It's an acrylic. And I mean, here it's not reasonably priced, but in the US, it's reasonably priced as far as I know. Let me know if you don't think it is, but it's a reasonable price. So, you kind of get what you paid for. Kara's saying, what brand do you like the most? Oh, that's a tricky question. So acrylic-wise, I haven't tried all the US brands. So I've sort of tried anything that Red Heart can send me. I do like Stylecraft Special DK, which is a UK yarn. I can get that on a website and get it sent over. I find that really nice. It's nice and soft. Again, huge selection of colours. I know there's at least 70 different colours, that's amazing. It is a lighter weight yarn. It's a number 3 weight yarn, which is a DK or an 8-ply. Where if you haven't used Red Heart Super Saver, just pulled out some stitches. If you haven't used Red Heart Super Saver, this is a 10-ply here in Australia. It's about equivalent to an Aran weight or a number 4 yarn in the US. So what do I like the most? Yeah, so that's acrylic. I like the Stylecraft DK. And I do like, see if you can see here, this stack here, I do like hand-dyed yarn or merino yarn. It doesn't have to be hand-dyed, so I do like that as well. Favorite brands, I haven't tried a lot of brands. I would say maybe 10, 15 different brands. Chantelle used to dye yarn. Absolutely love her colour ranges. And I've got Fiberific, which is another Australian yarn dyer. Got a lot of that. What else is in there? Got some New Zealand yarn because I used to live there. I've got some English yarn and some Irish yarn because I visited, I think it's about 3 years ago now, before COVID. I visited there, so I bought some yarn, of course. Sid Drew is saying, my friend sent me some Aussie alpaca yarn. She's from Queensland. Do you know the brand of the yarn? That would be cool to know. I can't use alpaca because I'm allergic to it. Have you tried Mosaic crochet yet from Purple Crochet and more? No, I have not. But Chantelle, who is in the back end of this live chat, is working on the Queen blanket by Tina. I can never remember her last name. I'm sure it will go in the chat. And yeah, working on the Queen, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I really want to try one. I don't want to make a blanket because I know that I won't finish it. I just know I won't because that's my personality. I don't have the attention span. But I will maybe make a cushion or something. I think a cushion would be good. That's not much of a commitment. And who doesn't like a crochet cushion? Has anybody made a crochet cushion? Chantelle, how long do you want this live chat to go for? Yeah, I think the Queen blanket does it make you want to work on it more? Like I found with this granny stripe blanket, my Scraptastic tutorial, I found that made me want to keep going because I got to add a new color each row. Because I was like, oh, what's the next color going to look like? Do you find that the Queen blanket is like that? Vicky Lee saying, I finished the Queen by Tina. It was a big package deal. It turned out amazing. Yes, they do. Okay, yeah. 11:30, just warn me because I will keep chatting. What was I going to say? I don't know. It's gone. They all do look amazing, those blankets. I just know I won't stick with it. JB saying, I love Tina. She has a double border tutorial also when you can use that, which you can use on anything to hide ends instead of weaving them in. Woo! She has conquered the biggest problem in crochet. Well done to her. Chantelle saying, I love working on the Queen, but I regret making mine so huge. What size did you make it? It's stunning. So Chantelle has a live chat tomorrow, same time. So it is 11:15 in the morning here. So an hour and 15 minutes ago, Chantelle has a live. I keep playing with my crochet hook. She has a live on tomorrow. So an hour and 15 minutes ago, whatever time that was where you are, there's another live on tomorrow on Chantelle's Fiberific YouTube channel. And you can see the Queen. I don't know if you're going to be working on the Queen tomorrow, but that's where you can see it. Her one. Ben saying, me too. The size is a little daunting. Yeah. Connection Alpaca, Aussie alpaca yarn. I've never heard of that one. Elbow. See, you guys are onto me. I just keep doing it. I'm naughty. Wow. Chantelle's is 2 meters wide before the border. That's going to be amazing, though. It already is amazing. Vicky Lee, yes, that double border is awesome. So let me know how many people are still watching. Have we lost everybody? How many people have given a thumbs up? I'd love to know. I cannot see that if you've just joined. I cannot see that on my screen. I'm looking at a completely different screen than what you are on YouTube. But I can see my comments coming up on my right-hand side of the screen, and then I can see myself on the screen here. So what else did I have to talk about? I think that's it. If you've just joined, what's your biggest tip for crochet newbies? And if you've just joined, what is your favorite emoji? Chuck it in the comments. We're going to be chatting here till 11:30 Australia Eastern Standard Time. So we have 15 minutes to go. And let's everybody have a sip of our drink. My voice is getting croaky. Ranger wants to learn to crochet multicolors to make camo beanies. Huh. I think I've seen a pattern. I don't know if it's a video tutorial. Got it from Rose Gum Alpacas. What a beautiful name. I don't think I've heard of that one either. But there would be so many yarn companies in Australia. I would not know them all. Yeah, Chantelle's saying just buy camo yarn. Yeah, I think I would too. So I didn't have to figure it out. It wouldn't be an easy thing to figure out unless you've got a pattern to go by. Kara's working on a temperature blanket and it's huge. It's for 2022, so I'll be finished by January 2023. I think by doing that type of blanket, like a temperature blanket, do you feel less pressure, Kara, to have it finished? Because there's a time limit, but it's a year. So do you feel pressure to have it worked, to work on it? Oh, yay. Knit You saying 70 thumbs up. That's amazing. Kathy's still here, lurking. Everyone can lurk if they want. You don't need to comment. But I would love it if you did, because then we can keep the chat going. Karen's Knit You saying it's the beer emoji. My comments haven't been scrolling. It's saying I want more. God, there's heaps more. Silly. I think I clicked on something and it stopped it scrolling. 54 watching. Wow. So we've still got people watching. That's amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, really appreciate it. So Chantelle and I, so if you've just joined, Chantelle is behind the scenes of this live chat. And so if you just got my live chat, I would be the basic boring thing on the screen. Not me. I'm not basic and boring. But down here, the Crochet with Clare, if it was just my computer, you wouldn't get that, because Chantelle runs a program called StreamYard. Thank you. And it comes up with all these things. So she's going to be adding all the things now. So she can, put my website on there. I think I was just about to say there's a little scrolly thingy. And it's back to front. Hang on, this finger. Yeah, that's better. The Crochet with Clare pops up. We've got the scrolly thingy, and then she can put other stuff across the screen. And also the comments can come up. So if you're just watching on my live stream, just me by myself, I don't have StreamYard, because I don't think I could concentrate on putting all the things on the screen as well as crocheting, as well as talking. I'm not that much of a multitasker. But it's a fantastic program. Why am I talking about this? I've completely lost track. Oh, God. I'm terrible. Does anybody else just lose track of what they're talking about? Oh, dear. I am actually hungry too, so that's probably not helping at all. Warm evening in Kansas. Not here. It is a cold day. Gorana says, I found your channel and I'm after 9 months to 1 year. Shoelaces, and you have put me but small. Do you have a larger pattern, please? Hang on. Found your channel and I'm after 9 months to 1 year shoelaces. Oh, shoes with laces. Sorry. You have a small one. Do you have a larger pattern? No, I don't have a larger pattern. I've only got those booties. Booties for me are something I cannot design. I don't know. I've tried many times before, and I find it too hard to get the sizing correct. Some people are just really good at making certain patterns, and that is not one of mine, unfortunately. Yeah, Cara does not feel pressured. I do one row each and every day, so I'll be caught up at the end of today. Oh, and that is disciplined. Yeah, that's fantastic. Could you do a temperature blanket with a queen, or would it not work? Because are you kind of changing completely different colors each row on a temperature blanket? I've never done one. Has anybody else done a temperature blanket? I think I was talking about the lives, how we're going to be here every 2 weeks at the moment. That's what we've decided on. And like I said, Chantelle is helping me with these amazing things on the screen, like my name, comments are popping up, scrolly thingies. So Chantelle is donating her time to have these live chats be really cool. So thank you, Chantelle. Deb's still here watching TV. Am I on your TV? Because I would be huge. It'd be like I was sitting in your lounge room. You could do one with a queen. It could jump about a bit, but could still work. Yeah, if you've got temperatures that are roughly the same each day, then yeah, you could get quite a big chunk of colour. So Vicky's saying her temperature blanket changed a bunch. Yeah. Kathy's used the Tina's Havana for a temperature blanket. I don't know that one. I have heard of it, but I can't picture what it looks like off the top of my head. Stop it. Yeah. Chantelle is the one that got me back on screen. Like, no lie. Chantelle is a very, very, very good friend of mine, and we're like cheerleaders for each other, for our business, for our businesses. And yeah, you don't realize, Chantelle, but you are the reason I am sitting here right now talking on a live video. And also the reason I will be making crochet tutorials. You can't really see it because he's strategically placed. So if we move him, that's where all my junk is. This is where I film. You can't really see it. My camera, no, that there is the battery of the camera. I sit here at my table and do video tutorials. At the moment, there's just a bunch of junk stuffed on the table, but I do have a project that I will be working on. I am working on my Milo Minute to do a refresh video because that video is so old. But I also have a new project. I'm pointing this way because you can't see it, but there is a new project. It will be a crochet bag. That will be a new tutorial. I have not started filming it yet. And a tutorial can take, I'm going to say about a month, 3 weeks to a month, if I have not got a written pattern. So this one will be quick because I've already got the pattern done. But if I haven't, it can take about a month for me to filming it to when it comes out. I can get them done quicker, but yeah. So that will be a video tutorial, and hopefully I can get it out very quick. Oh, Chantelle's about to grab the tissues. Sorry, but it's true. Yay, thanks, Chantelle. Look at all the love in the comments. Woohoo! Oh, Vicky's missed my face, and my husband's missed hearing the hook lady. Vicky's been a watcher for a long time, and her husband apparently hears my voice on whatever device that you're using. And he's like, oh, it's the hook lady, as he walks past. Oh, Peggy, thank you, Chantelle. You're super amazing, just like Claire. We make a good team. Thank you. We really do. So Chantelle also has a crafty channel, and it is called Fiberific. Chantelle Hill's Fiberific. And it's a crafty channel where there is a live every Thursday. She's very dedicated. Every Thursday at 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Now, to convert that was an hour and a half ago. So whatever time it was an hour and a half ago at your house, that is what time Chantelle's live will be going live tomorrow. So, yeah, tomorrow, whatever time an hour and a half ago was, that's when Chantelle will be going live. So hopefully you can jump over and join us over there, because Chantelle has great lives. I can't make them every time because, busy life and that, but I do try to make as many as I can. I even have an alarm set on my phone, and my wonderful friend Leanne, who's just popped up on the screen with that comment, sends me a message and goes, Chantelle's going live. So, yeah. Oh, Leanne's saying, I'm super honoured to know you both, Chantelle and Claire. You have always supported each other amazingly. I met Chantelle through lives. Oh, did you? Oh, my God, now I'm going to start crying. Oh, that is so nice. Oh, getting teary. Yes, so Chantelle has put her link. Oh, gosh, I'm getting really teary. Chantelle has put her link into the comment section there. Crochet is amazing, isn't it? Yeah. And it's the people watching me on YouTube that made me come back. After I went to the conference last year, I just had this overwhelming feeling like I needed to teach people. And yeah, it was amazing. It was this amazing feeling of I need to teach people how to crochet. I did fall off the wagon recently. Obviously, I haven't had a computer, and I've been struggling with motivation to get things done. But this is getting me hyped up again. So, yay. Very exciting. Oh, Chantelle's got a new subscriber. Yay. So thank you, Chris, for joining us. That is our cue to go as well. We are at 2 minutes to go. So I'm just going to say thank you. And Chris and I have been friends for a little while as well. Actually, no, a long time, because we were friends when I was selling yarn, and that was about 5 years ago, I think. Thank you, Joanne, for jumping in on this live chat, and everybody else that has come along. If you're watching it on the replay, let me know in the comment section, because it helps me know how many can make it for the chat and then how many people have caught it on the replay. So we are going to wind things up here. Everybody throw in your favorite emoji. Leanne, shark away. Baby shark away. And after sending the picture of that hat to you the other day, I totally got baby shark stuck in my head. So yes, thank you everyone for joining. I really do appreciate that. I don't know if I've already said that. I probably have. I really appreciate everybody that can catch the live and and watches the replay. It really does help me here on YouTube and makes the algorithm go, hey, everyone's watching Claire stuff. Let's show it to other people. Which helps me keep my job, which is a good thing. It helps me keep my job and keeps the lights on and keeping my video tutorials and patterns coming out for you, which is very important. So I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Mine's not weekly. In 2 weeks' time, an hour and a half ago, whatever time that was, and I will see you on the next live chat. I can see Chantelle. I can't see her, but I know she's sitting there with her finger ready on the exit button. So thanks for joining, everyone, and I will see you next time. Happy crochet. Bye.